Hey everyone, my name is JosieKendamu. I am part of the TMNT speedrunning community. I am the champion of nothing, and I've come up with a few fun things to show you. And today I was asked to come on for World Turtle Day to do a Hexhibition where we do some cool stuff with the original TMNT game for the NES. Now, you guys probably remember the original TMNT for the super hard water level and for one really good sub-weapon. Well, today we're going to come up with our own sub-weapons. So starting off, taking a look here. So obviously when you start off you have no sub-weapons over here on the bottom right. So what I kind of did was found out where the sub-weapons are in the game. Which sub-weapon you have. That's address 0073. And you just kind of start making up your own cheats, right? So you can start yourself off with stars or anything. 0 being nothing, 1 being stars, 2 being triple stars or boomerang. I think it's triple stars. Let's take a look. And 2 being triple stars, I believe. Let's take a look. I was right, triple stars. 3 being boomerangs, where you can just give yourself boomerangs, and 4 being the ultimate weapon in the game, the scrolls. So you can just give yourself scrolls, and you can give yourself as many as you want. That's how Game Genie codes happen, right? Well, what would happen if we started playing around with what the sub-weapons actually are? What if we started putting in just random values and seeing what they do instead of going by just what the game wants you to do, right? So what if we just decided there's nothing there for number 5, right? What if we just started doing number 5, right? What does number 5 do? Number 5 gives you a pizza. Okay, but what is that? Okay, that's weird. A little fireball that destroys everything. What even is this, right? So it's really fun, and we were just doing this for a while in the Discord. Actually, we have a Discord for Turtle Speedruns, and we ended up coming across something really cool. Just putting in random values until we came up with something fun. We ended up finding something that looks a little bit familiar to Castlevania fans. Let me go ahead and pop out of here so you can see. Now, it destroys the audio, but it works a lot like Holy Water, which is, you know, Castlevania, Konami, Turtles, in the 80s anyway, Konami. So it's really interesting, and this game has always felt sort of like a hodgepodge of Castlevania and Contra in terms of jump mechanics and walking, and it just feels like it was built off of Castlevania, right? So with this weapon, I mean, it is pretty much the Holy Water. And so what we're going to do today is just see what all we can kill with the Holy Water. And if we got a little bit of time, I'll show you something else too. So let's go ahead and take a look at just what exactly this can do. We're going to go find a boss real quick. The first boss in this game being Bebop. Now, how many hits is it going to take to kill Bebop? Oh, 1! And it totally garbles up the screen, but hey, super easy. So obviously, Rocksteady, he's going to just run away, because who wants to get hit with garbled holy water? Nobody. That's who. But we're going to go after him anyway. And get hit by that dude. Don't worry, I've got another cheat on, so we don't have to worry about life or anything like that. You get out of here. And you get out of here too. Now, we're not really sure if this was built off the back of Castlevania to the point that we're just finding leftover holy water in the code, or if it's just reading from the wrong place and it just happens to look like Castlevania holy water. So don't read too much into this like I did when this was first found. So let's just take a quick look here. Now usually there's a dude that spawns there, but I guess not. I guess I had too many dudes spawned on screen already. Ah, wait. No! Okay, whatever. So we got Rocksteady. And now we don't have Rocksteady. And that's pretty much what you can do with Holy Water. It's pretty rad. You can pretty much kill everything in one hit. It's so fun. But let's take a look at what we have going on next. Now, you know what? I should give Raph some screen time, but I guess I didn't really set up for that. But I would totally love to give Raph some screen time. There are people who do all Raphael runs, and those are pretty rad. So, now I don't think Holy Water will work all that well for disarming bombs. So I don't think we need to go too much further into this, but we can take a look at some of the other things that we were playing with. So what we were playing with before is just a sub-weapon value, right? We can change it and update it and do whatever we want with it whenever we want. But what if we started changing the value of which turtle we were? And you can see it's already starting to mess up the game. So what if instead of doing 0, 1, 2, or 3 for Leo, Raph, Mike, and Dawn, we changed it to 4. What would 4 be? There's no 4 in the game. What's it gonna read? Well, let's find out. A turtle with a yellow bandana. Which obviously isn't on our screen of selectable turtles, but we have a turtle with a yellow bandana. And that yellow bandana turtle, we initially called Zach. Zach, the 5th turtle from the 80s cartoon show. I remember him wearing a lot of yellow, so that's why this was went. But since then, the TMNT comics, they have a 5th turtle now, a 5th turtle that wears yellow named Jenica. So you can call this Zach or Jenny, I don't care. But Zach has only downward attack sword. Because remember, this isn't like a real character in the game. It's just something that's kind of hobbled together by reading from the wrong lines of code. But what's really fun is when you activate Zach's sub-weapon, the bow, apparently, you spawn foot soldiers. Foot soldiers that will kill bad guys for you. Now, this isn't just foot soldiers, it just happens to be that that's what's loaded up in terms of the enemy set right now. And this thing's gonna follow along with me for a while. And just kill everything for me. I can probably bring him through the wall, too. Yeah, I can bring him through the wall. Now, he mainly tracks onto me because these things are supposed to be attacking me, but because it's not working properly, you know, stuff happens. Now, we want to... I don't know what's going to happen if we get that sub-weapon, so let's avoid it. Now, that was way more work than it needed to be, just trying to lure him into that foot soldier. But it is really cool just recruiting the bad guys to your cause. Now, I wonder what would happen if we had a different enemy set. Let's maybe go to a different level and play around with that for just a minute. So this is a pretty simple one as well. You find where you are, right? And you want to change that. You want to start wherever you want in the game. So you go to 0048 and you change the value between 0 and 5. 5 being starting you inside the Technodrome. And that's pretty much the furthest this game can take you. But what if we just, for one moment, find a different enemy set It might take a moment to do, but let's just find a different enemy set for a moment and see what happens. There we go. So now we've got a kangaroo that kind of glitches out. And by the way, this thing doesn't really, it can hurt you, but it won't always. So, oh, and then down here, look at this little graphic that showed up. there's a little tiny Technodrome that never got used in the game, that's in the enemy set. You can see it on the bottom left. Right? You see that right there? And it's shooting a little laser out of its eyeball. That was something that was in the tile set that was never used, and it looks like garbage because it's the wrong colors, and it's supposed to have kind of an animation to it, but it doesn't. But that's something that a lot of people have never really seen before, is the weird fake Technodrome, little tiny Technodrome that shows up. Can you imagine what it would have been like to play this game? You're inside the Technodrome, and little tiny Technodromes are inside the Technodrome running around shooting at you. Like, isn't this game hard enough as is? We don't need tiny Technodromes after we just got done fighting a big Technodrome. So, anyway, that's most of what I have to show off. If we have a few extra minutes, we can run around and try and do some fun stuff. We can try to holy water our way through the Technodrome or whatever until we run out of time. But either way, I just want to let you know that if you go into the value, everyone try and remember this, 0073, and you change it to 0C, the value of that. You get that address 0073, change the value to C, and you will get the holy water, Molotov cocktail, whatever you want to call it. So, the Technodrome that hasn't gotten oozed yet, that's a really good one. So, let's take a look real quick. We're going to play around just a little bit longer since we have a little bit of time to play around. And we're going to go ahead and, with Leo, we're going to give him the holy water. Maybe they did intend to have you enter the Technodrome from the map at some point. That is very true. That could be absolutely what this is about. Let's try and get around these guys real quick. We're going to go and throw some holy water at the shredder if we have time. If we don't, you can always do it yourself. It's super easy. Could have entered the Technodrome from the map at some point. I like to think that there would be tiny Technodromes that would just be like these cute, annoying little enemies. Don't worry about my health. Don't worry about my health. I've made it, so it will be fine. It looks like it's going away, but it's not. It will just refill itself as soon as I die. So, anyway. Let's just garble up everything some more. It'll be fun. We're gonna get through the Technodrome real quick and very unskilled. Alright. But we're gonna get through. Hi, bye. Hi, bye. Leonardo, the Glitch Master. I mean, being a ninja is all about cheating, right? Like, you're not supposed to just do things the way they want you to do them, right? Am I on the right track here? That being a ninja means you get to cheat, because that's what we're doing right now. We're going to find out what the holy water does to the shredder real quick. We are in the last hallway in the game, which we're just going to kind of blast our way through with my homemade cheat code. It's not really all that great. Unfortunately, I can't warp us all the way to the shredder, and I didn't prepare a save state for today, but we're just gonna do whatever here. And just get through here as fast as we can. Yeah, just gonna tank my way through. Because I can. There we go, use a little bit of holy water just to get some of the nonsense off of the screen. That was really crowding us up, really slowing us down, and I know this is speed gaming, so we don't want to be slowed down too much. But yeah, if you check out the YouTube feed of this later, or you can just come ask me, twitch.tv/JosieKendamu, or you can go to twitter.com/JosieKendamu and be like, hey, how do I do those cheats? Oh, hey, we're at the shredder. And that's that. Yay, I beat the game. Yes, even with unlimited power, that room is still incredibly awful. So, through the power of cheating, we defeated the Shredder, we saved the world, and now Splinter can turn back into a human, for reasons not explained within the game itself, but only in the instruction booklet. You guys have excelled my skills. Thank you for the GGs, everyone. Splinter is back to his real form. You in the chat are all great. Thank you for your help. Let's celebrate with a pizza. I hope everyone orders a pizza today for World Turtle Day and enjoys this marathon. Thank you so much for having me on here. Have a wonderful rest of your day.